Introduce Ryan Mason to the channel. Now, Ryan, Spurs' start to the season, right? 6 wins out of 8 games. Some say we haven't been playing well. Obviously, 2 losses in the Champions League, but we're still getting results. How do you assess Tottenham's start to the season?
I think it's been a fantastic start. Like you said, we've won 6 out of 8 games in the Premier League, and I think it just goes to show how far we've come under the management, the new management in Pochettino and his staff. Because you're right, we're not playing nowhere near our full strength, our capability. I definitely think there's another couple of gears to go up to. But having said that, we've still won 6 games out of 8, and I think in previous years, maybe 5-6 years ago, if Tottenham weren't playing well, then they weren't getting results. So it's been a positive start.
But given, obviously, we've lost our first 2 Champions League games, we've got PSV coming up next week. How do you assess our chances of qualifying out of this group now after that start?
We've still definitely got a chance. I mean, the game in Inter Milan, it should have been 3 points, and I feel confident that the team will get back-to-back wins against PSV, and I'm sure we'll be Inter at home as well. And then maybe we'll be needing to go to a new camp against Barcelona, possibly needing a draw to get out the group. But listen, this Tottenham team have proven that they can beat the best, and I'm sure they're going to have a good remaining 4 games in the group stage.
And let's talk about one player in particular, in Harry Winks. Obviously, he played in your kind of position, fairly similar player to how you were. Did you play with him a lot? How good do you think he can be? Because obviously he has recovered from a long-term injury. He's looked pretty good this season whenever he's played. He's now back in the England setup. How good do you think Harry Winks can be?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play a great deal with him when he was coming through. He was quite a young boy, but I think straight away you could see that he had lots of potential, and he's under the best management and the best coaching staff to fulfil that potential. And I think it's just down to Harry now how far he goes and how well he does in his career, because he's got all the tools to be a top player. He's still so young, and he's still got so many games to play to get experience and fully grow into his body as a man and as a player as well. So I think Tottenham fans are very lucky to have someone like that at the club who obviously loves the club, and hopefully he can carry on progressing and become a top player.
Obviously, you were kind of a first-team player for about 3 years at Spurs. What would you say was your favourite game being involved in?
There's been so many, I had a lot of good games, a lot of good results, but I think that moment of probably scoring against Nottingham Forest and then backing it up against Arsenal that weekend in the Premier League, those sort of 4 days were probably the best I had in a Spurs shirt, to be honest, because everything that I ever worked for, it kind of come to light, and I had a chance and I took it, so I'll never forget that.
And obviously Spurs have West Ham this weekend. It's going to be a tough game. We have to kind of keep up the pressure on the top 4. West Ham have kind of started to come back this season, beating Man United and Everton. How do you see the game going this weekend?
It'll be a proper tough game because, like you say, West Ham have upped it the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, and it's a London derby, and it's going to be a difficult game, but I feel confident that the boys can go there and get a result.
How do you assess the rivalry as like a Tottenham player who came through the academy? Is the rivalry West Ham, would you say it's on par with Chelsea and Arsenal, or do you think it's not as much?
I think in recent years probably Chelsea has kind of topped all the other London clubs because of the game where it handed Leicester the title, and there's been a little bit of needle as well. But listen, any London derby is a proper game, and I know the fans probably dislike each other, and that kind of can translate onto the football pitch. So yeah, it'll be a proper game this weekend.
And last question, how do you assess Tottenham's chances of a title challenge potentially this season? Obviously, as we said before, we made a good start. Do you think it's a season to consolidate for top 4 again, or do you think we should really be pushing on to the title now we've had 3 consecutive top 3 finishes?
Listen, first and foremost, secure top 4. That is the aim for the football club. But at the same time, like I said, there's gears to go up to in this Spurs side, and anything can happen if you get on a little run and the belief comes to the club. We go into the new stadium in a good position, then you never know. But listen, it's far too early to write us off in this title race because we've proven that we're going to be right up there.
All right, thank you so much for coming on, Ryan. All the best of luck to the future as well.
Thank you.
Cheers, Ryan.